Imagine an AI that doesn't just tell you things, but actually does things for you. Searching, buying, maybe even crafting content,
hmm
all without you really lifting a finger. What if that future is, well, kind of already here?
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're
Hmm.
really digging into a concept that's rapidly reshaping our digital lives, AI agents.
That's right. We're moving beyond AI as just this brilliant brain in a box, you know? These agents are becoming our digital hands and eyes. They're interacting with the world for us.
Yeah, and our mission today is to explore what these AI agents actually are, why they're such a potential game changer, and importantly, how you can start getting a handle on them right now. We'll look at some real-world uses, understand this new idea of agent engine optimization,
EEO, yeah.
and crucially, talk about how to navigate the risk responsibly. You'll get some practical insights, hopefully a clear roadmap for this evolving tech.
Okay, let's unpack this. For a long time, AI models, like the early versions of ChatGPT, they were brilliant conversationalists. You'd ask a question, it gives you an answer. But it was always sort of contained, right? A mind without a body, almost.
Exactly. And the core idea with AI agents is this really fundamental shift. We're going from responsive AI to proactive AI. An agent doesn't just answer, it acts. It's an autonomous system. It perceives its environment, it makes plans, it makes decisions, and then it executes actions to achieve specific goals you give it. Think of them like digital assistants, but with, virtual hands and eyes.
So it's like we've handed them a mouse and keyboard in a virtual world. The big breakthrough really came when platforms like OpenAI implemented these agent modes. This lets the AI actually control a virtual computer. It can browse websites, fill out forms, click buttons, just like a person would. It's kind of wild to watch.
It really is. And this matters, like, a lot. First, you get this exponential efficiency. Agents can work 24/7 on repetitive stuff. Then there's new accessibility. They can reach information behind login pages or inside proprietary databases, stuff that traditional APIs, that's application programming interfaces, basically how software talks, just can't get to.
Yeah.
We're seeing really deep automation now, not just single tasks, but entire multi-step workflows. And early adopters, they're gaining unparalleled speed, scalability, and innovation. We're already seeing agents ordering goods, sending LinkedIn messages, even doing bulk video creation and deep market research.
Okay, so boiled down, what's the biggest difference then between an agent and just a regular chatbot?
Chatbots answer questions. Agents take action to achieve goals.
That's clear. Action versus information. Okay. One of the best ways to see this in action, maybe, is with something familiar, like online shopping. Imagine an AI agent handling that whole multi-step process for you.
Yeah, and it's surprisingly straightforward to set up, but the precision is absolutely key. First, you activate agent mode, sometimes it's called browse mode, in whatever AI platform you're using. Then the really critical part, you have to give it extremely specific instructions. Don't just say buy shoes. You need something like search the Adidas Vietnam website for men's running shoes, black, size 42, Ultra Boost line, under 3,500,000 VND. Add that to the cart and proceed to checkout. Really specific.
And then you just watch it happen.
Pretty much. You'll literally observe the virtual computer screen. You see the mouse cursor moving, text being typed, websites loading and being navigated. The agent might even ask you for more details, like which version of Ultra Boost, the Lite or the 1.0. That interaction is actually crucial. Watching it helps you figure out how to make your future prompts even better.
Right. Now, safety and security are obviously huge here. We're talking about potentially spending money. What's the absolute #1 rule for payments?
Okay, this is vital. Never share your full credit card details for autofill. Just don't do it. It's way too risky. Safer methods involve, say, instructing the agent to generate a QR code for you to scan and approve. Or maybe using services like PayPal where you do the final manual authentication step yourself. And always review the final order summary before you approve anything irreversible. Keep that control.
I can definitely see some challenges cropping up. What are the common roadblocks people run into?
Well, CAPTCHA barriers are one. Agents generally respect those, so they'll ask for human help. Website compatibility can sometimes be an issue, especially with really complex JavaScript-heavy sites. But honestly, the biggest hurdle, 9 times out of 10, is prompt precision. Vague prompts just lead to unpredictable, sometimes weird results. You absolutely need to be highly detailed.
Okay, so if there's one core takeaway for making purchasing safe with agents, what is it?
Keep financial control yourself. Let agents do the searching.
Got it. Okay, beyond shopping, these agents seem incredibly powerful for, say, streamlining professional outreach, especially on platforms like LinkedIn, expanding networks, finding clients. But you've got to do it responsibly, right?
Oh, absolutely. Rule number 1, non-negotiable. Use a test account first, seriously. You don't want to mess up your actual professional reputation while you're figuring things out. Then, define your target audience with laser precision. No vague stuff like find marketing managers at software development companies in Vietnam, 201 500 employees, using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. That level of detail.
That makes total sense. It's like giving it very specific coordinates. And personalization is key too, I imagine, not just blasting templates.
Basically, you don't want to sound like a robot. Prompt the agent to maybe visit their recent activity feed first. Find something specific, like compliment their recent article on X, or mention their company's latest funding round. Then introduce your service, like a conversion rate analysis offer. And always, always set clear limits. Tell it explicitly. Execute this process for exactly 10 people and then stop. Report the results back to me in a table. Then you watch, see what works, and tweak your messages based on the response rates.
You know, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes. It's funny, I was trying to get an agent to draft a nuanced email last week, and it just kept defaulting to this really, overly formal, almost stiff tone. No matter how I tweaked it, it's a real challenge. You realize pretty quickly how a slightly off prompt can just send the whole thing sideways.
That's a great point and a perfect example. A poorly written prompt, especially for outreach like that, can have genuinely disastrous consequences for your brand image. It's not just about telling it what to do, but also what not to do. Always include stopping conditions, like we said, but also negative constraints. Things like, do not contact anyone at company X, Y, or Z. That gives you much tighter control, prevents embarrassing mistakes.
So, thinking about social media automation then, what's the golden rule?
Test on a separate account. Use extremely precise instructions.
Right. So with all these agents out there interacting with the web, this has got to change how we think about building websites too. We're seeing the start of something called Agent Engine Optimization, AEO. It's like SEO. But optimizing your site specifically for these AI eyes, it sounds like a totally different game.
It really is.
Yeah.
Agents search based on logic and efficiency, not really aesthetics. They make very literal decisions. If your meta description says step-by-step guide to XYZ, an agent will probably prioritize that over something vague like discover the power of XYZ. The link choices. They look for clear anchor text, clean URLs, technical signals, not pretty buttons. And here's a huge one. Agents have an absolute priority on speed. A slow site, they'll just abandon it immediately. No patience.
That's a stark difference from how humans browse, yeah. We might wait a bit longer for a nice design, so you can even sort of command agents through the website itself.
Yeah, through meta tags, you can give them direct instructions. Like you could have a tag that says, extract the table with the ID, #datatable2025. So for optimizing, you need agent-friendly meta descriptions, direct action-oriented language. Websites probably need to optimize more for small screens because agents often run in these low-resolution virtual browsers. Loading speed, like I said, isn't just a ranking factor anymore. It's like table stakes. It's a basic requirement. Use large, clear buttons, too. Agents navigate partly by coordinates, so clear element IDs and good spacing are key. And implementing a reading mode, like a text-only version, can really help agents grab information faster.
And what about personal branding and all this? Agents aren't just finding websites, they're finding information about people, too.
Definitely. That's where personal SEO comes in. You need to optimize your LinkedIn profile, for instance. Keywords in your headline, your summary, your experience descriptions. Make your contact info easily accessible. Agents are designed to find phone numbers, emails. Build your domain authority by creating content that really showcases your expertise. And get listed in professional directories specific to your industry. These are all signals that agents will pick up on when someone asks them to find an expert like you.
This shift to AEO, it sounds like it could really overhaul web design philosophy. What do you see as the biggest change for how websites will need to be built going forward?
Speed and clear, literal structural elements will become paramount.
Okay, let's shift gears to automated content creation. We're moving way beyond just, getting help writing a blog post. Agents can apparently manage complex content workflows now, like creating entire daily news videos automatically.
Yeah, it's quite a leap, isn't it? You can define the parameters, maybe something like create a daily 2-minute video summarizing the top 3 tech news stories from TechCrunch and The Verge. Make sure to subtitles. The agent then handles the news aggregation part, scanning the sites, identifying the top stories based on whatever criteria you set. Then, a large language model, an LLM, generates a concise script for the video. After that, the agent uses various tools, maybe some Python libraries like MoviePy or APIs for stock images like Pexels or Unsplash, to combine an AI voiceover with relevant visuals. And finally, the video gets compiled and can be automatically uploaded to, say, Google Drive or even a test YouTube channel.
What's really fascinating there, I think, is that the agents aren't just using existing software in a fixed way. They're kind of creating bits of software on the fly. Like you said, they might write a short Python script just to generate that one video, run it, and then just discard the script.
Whoa. Okay, imagine scaling that. Like a billion different queries coming in, and each one gets its own tiny, bespoke piece of software created just for that task. Temporary, perfectly tailored. That's incredibly efficient when you think about it.
It really changes the whole dynamic. Now, we should be realistic, right? The quality probably isn't going to win any Oscars just yet. The output we see now is often pretty basic, maybe more like animated slideshows than professional video productions.
That's true. The quality level isn't always top-tier cinema. But the real value proposition here isn't necessarily artistic perfection, at least not yet. It's the sheer speed and scale. Imagine getting dozens of different content variations for A/B testing in just minutes, or being able to produce consistent daily content streams with basically zero ongoing human effort once it's set up. It allows for incredibly rapid prototyping of content ideas before you invest heavily.
So, based on that, are these AI agents really coming for creative jobs right now?
Not yet, really. They create solid foundations, but human refinement adds the crucial value.
Okay, let's talk research, because this feels like an area where AI agents can really supercharge things. They seem able to break through information barriers that, a regular Google search just hits a wall against.
This is the huge advantage, definitely. Agents can navigate sites that require logins, assuming you give them secure test account credentials, of course. Think accessing platforms like Upwork or academic databases, maybe private forums. They can gather real marketplace data directly. Imagine automatically collecting the average hourly rate being asked for LangChain development jobs on various freelancer sites. That's powerful data. And crucially, they really excel at cross-referencing information from multiple sources. They can compile these comprehensive reports, looking for patterns, maybe discrepancies, across websites, forums, social media, all synthesized together.
And we've actually seen this used in practice. I read about a study where agents analyzed the AI skills market on freelancer platforms, and they found that actual client needs were often much simpler, like basic API integrations, than what the really technical online communities were usually discussing. That insight is gold for business strategy.
Exactly. So to optimize using agents for research, you have to define your objectives very, very specifically. Don't just say research the real estate market. It needs to be like, find the average selling price per square meter for two-bedroom apartments in Thu Duc City, Ho Chi Minh City, sourced only from batdongsan.com.vn, and categorize the results by specific wards. You need to identify the exact target platforms, set clear parameters for what data to extract and how to organize it. Maybe export to a CSV file with these named columns.
Plan for human intervention points, too, for things like complex CAPTCHAs or decisions needing judgment, and always have a way to verify the information, maybe cross-checking key data points.
So thinking about those data silos we often end up in, how can agents help break those down? They can log into multiple sources and synthesize data from across the web.
Okay, moving from gathering data to presenting it, agents are also streamlining the creation of things like presentations and documents. No more staring at that intimidating blank slide deck, perhaps.
Hopefully less of that. Yeah, automated deck generation is becoming a thing. It usually starts with topic research. You give it a topic, maybe the impact of quantum computing on cybersecurity, and the agent goes off and scans relevant sources, RCIF papers, tech journals, whatever you specify. Then it handles the content synthesis part. It combines the text, pulls out key data points, structures them into coherent slides, generating titles, bullet points, even draft speaker notes. It can even try to incorporate relevant images or basic charts for some visual enhancement. And it tries to ensure a logical structure, intro, body, conclusion.
That sounds incredibly useful for just getting that first draft down, which is often the hardest part. So it's probably not going to look like something a top graphic designer made, but the speed and comprehensiveness must be a huge advantage.
Precisely. While the design might be basic, it excels at speed. You can get that first draft in minutes, not hours. It offers comprehensiveness, too, often pulling in perspectives or data points you might have overlooked. And it ensures consistent formatting throughout, which is nice. The best approach, really, is to use this AI-generated content as a solid foundation, a starting point. Then you come in with your human insights, refine the narrative, and use proper design tools like Canva or PowerPoint to make it look polished.
So for presentations and docs, it's really about getting speed over initial perfection, right?
Exactly. Agents give you a comprehensive head start, saving valuable human time for refinement.
This is all happening now, but the next frontier seems even closer to home, literally. We're talking about agent browser technology, the idea of agents running directly within your own web browser, not just on some remote virtual machine in the cloud.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Companies like Perplexity are pushing hard in this direction. The capabilities are pretty impressive. Because they run locally, these agents can perform automations much faster with lower latency. They can securely access the services you're already logged into, your email, your social media accounts, your work tools, which allows for much more seamless integration into your personal workflow. You could potentially perform bulk operations much more easily, like cleaning up thousands of spam emails or mass unfollowing inactive accounts or curating content feeds based on your logged-in history. And they could provide real-time assistance, offering contextual suggestions or actions as you're browsing different sites.
Okay, so what might this look like in terms of practical daily use cases?
Well, you could imagine setting up automations like every morning, check my inbox, delete emails from known spam domains, automatically unsubscribe from newsletters I haven't opened in 3 months, and flag emails from my boss as important. Or for content curation. Every day at 8 a.m., find the top 5 trending YouTube videos about sustainable urban development and put the links and summaries in a note for me. Even social media management. Take this blog post draft, schedule it to post on my LinkedIn and Twitter tomorrow at 9 a.m. sharp, and monitor mentions of my brand name, flagging any potentially negative comments from my review here. The potential for streamlining our daily digital grind is pretty huge.
So what's the main advantage, then, of having these agents run locally in your browser?
Greater speed and seamless integration with your personal logged-in accounts. Sponsor.
Okay, as these agent capabilities keep growing, and they are growing fast, responsible automation and managing the risks involved become just critically important. It feels a bit like giving a very powerful, very fast tool to someone who hasn't used it before. You absolutely need guardrails.
Absolutely. You have to be careful. Financially, for instance, you must always be the final approver for any transaction. Never, ever give an agent unrestricted access to financial accounts or payment methods. For things like investment decisions, sure, agents can analyze data, but they completely lack human context, judgment, and risk tolerance. Don't let them make those calls. Be really cautious about data security when instructing them to access sensitive platforms. And like we said before, using dedicated test accounts for experimenting with agents is just smart practice to limit any potential damage if things go wrong.
Those are crucial precautions. And thinking about prompt engineering, which we've touched on a few times, it's not just about getting good results. It's fundamental to safety and control, too, isn't it?
It's absolutely central to control. You need refined control through your prompts. Be extremely specific, leave no room for ambiguity. Set clear boundaries, explicit stopping conditions, quantity limits, negative constraints. Don't do X. Use examples and references whenever possible to show the agent exactly the kind of output you want. And definitely start by testing with low-stakes, easily reversible tasks, research, maybe summarizing articles, drafting content before you even think about moving to high-impact automations like client outreach or actual purchasing. And monitor continuously, especially when you're first setting things up. Be ready to jump in and stop it if needed.
It also sounds like there are still definite technical limitations we need to be aware of, right? What can they not do effectively right now?
Yeah, there are limits. Current agents generally can't use desktop software. They're mostly confined to browser-based applications and websites. Their output quality for really complex creative tasks, like nuanced writing or sophisticated design, is still pretty basic. They struggle significantly with nuanced decisions that require human judgment, empathy, or deep cultural understanding. And in very long, multi-step workflows, they can sometimes sort of forget their original objectives or lose the long-term context of the task.
So putting it bluntly, what's the biggest risk if we're not careful with these agents?
Losing financial control or seriously damaging your brand reputation.
Okay. The real power, then, it seems, starts to unlock when you begin combining these different agent capabilities together. Building your own automation systems for personal use or for business, it's about creating workflows.
That's exactly the vision. To set up, say, your own daily automation system, you'd first identify those repetitive tasks you do all the time. Maybe checking competitor pricing, compiling social media reports, filtering your email inbox. Then you assess their automation potential. Are they mostly browser-based? Are they rule-driven enough for an agent? Then you design the workflow, which means writing those detailed, step-by-step prompts we talked about. Then you test and refine. Start simple, maybe just 1 or 2 steps, and gradually increase the complexity as you get more confident. And always, Always monitor the performance, track the success rate, see where it messes up, and use that feedback to improve your prompts.
So thinking bigger picture, for agencies or small businesses, what could this really mean in terms of transforming how they operate?
Oh, it could be huge. It could mean truly scalable service delivery. Imagine an SEO agency that can suddenly generate detailed technical audit reports for 100 clients every month, almost simultaneously, without needing to triple their staff. It can enable a real shift towards outcome-based pricing. If you can automate much of the repetitive execution work, you can stop billing just for hours worked and start focusing on delivering specific results for clients. Rapid prototyping for new service ideas becomes much easier and cheaper. And it can improve quality control by ensuring consistent output for tasks like keyword research or market analysis.
How could agents really transform a small business bottom line?
They allow for rapid scaling and a stronger focus on outcomes, not just hours.
Looking ahead, this whole agent revolution seems poised to profoundly reshape not just tasks, but the job market itself, and even core business models. We're not just talking about new tools, it feels like we're talking about entirely new ways of working.
I think that's right. We'll almost certainly see new job categories emerge. Things like AI agent supervisor, senior prompt engineer, maybe workflow automation specialist. Titles we haven't even thought of yet. Business models will continue to shift, likely accelerating the move away from just selling software licenses towards selling access to outcome-based services powered by agents. Personal branding becomes even more important as your individual expertise becomes more discoverable and verifiable by agents searching for specific skills. And overall, businesses that effectively leverage agents could experience significantly accelerated growth by reducing personnel bottlenecks and operational costs.
So, for individuals listening, what are the crucial non-automatable skills we should be focusing on cultivating to thrive in this coming agent era?
Okay, number one is deep domain expertise. Humans still need to provide the direction, the goals, the context the AI executes. Semantic precision is vital, the ability to articulate complex requirements clearly and unambiguously to an AI agent. That's prompt engineering, but at a higher level. Strategic thinking becomes critical, deciding what is actually valuable to automate versus what absolutely needs that human touch or judgment. Adaptability, just being willing to constantly learn and experiment with these tools as they evolve almost weekly. And finally, risk assessment, evaluating when automation is appropriate and safe and when it's just too risky for a particular task.
If you had to pick one, what's the single most important skill people need to cultivate to stay competitive?
Strategic thinking combined with that precise communication skill for directing agents.
So today we've really gone on a deep dive into this emerging world of AI agents, and it feels like a true paradigm shift. We're moving from just responsive chat to genuinely proactive action, giving AI these digital hands and eyes.
Yeah, and this isn't just some far-off theory anymore. It's happening now. It's automating everything from, online purchases and professional outreach to even complex content creation workflows. The ability to effectively define goals and direct these agents is becoming like a new kind of superpower.
But, as we discussed, with that power comes significant responsibility. We learned how critically important it is to use specific prompts, to set clear boundaries, and to always maintain human oversight and control, especially when dealing with sensitive tasks like finances or brand reputation.
Exactly. The future here isn't really about AI replacing humans entirely. It's much more about humans learning how to effectively team up with AI. Our domain expertise, our strategic thinking, our ability to communicate precisely those skills are going to be more valuable than ever in directing these powerful tools.
The era of AI agents isn't just on the horizon. It feels like it's already here, actively reshaping how we work, how we learn, how we interact with the digital world. The question really isn't whether you should start using them, but maybe how quickly you can master them to stay ahead of the curve.
Indeed. You can think of it this way. The future of work, a lot of it, is being written right now in code and in prompts. And AI agents are kind of holding the pen. Our role as humans is to guide that hand effectively.
So, maybe a final thought for everyone listening. What's one specific repetitive task in your daily routine that an AI agent could potentially tackle for you, even just partially, starting this week? Think about it, maybe do a little research, and start experimenting in a low-risk way.
We really hope this deep dive has given you a clearer picture of what AI agents are and maybe some actionable first steps for starting to integrate them into your world. The key is to stay curious, stay adaptable, and keep asking how these rapidly evolving technologies can best serve your specific goals.
Thank you so much for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking the big questions. Aotearoa Music.